Picture this. You're navigating the bustling streets of Hanoi on a motorbike, surrounded by the energy of 1,000 scooters, the charm of French colonial architecture, and the irresistible aroma of pho broth, grilled meats, and fresh herbs wafting from every street corner and food stall. But what truly makes Vietnam a destination that captures hearts around the world? Is it the stunning landscapes from Ha Long Bay to the Mekong Delta, the rich history and resilient spirit, or the warm hospitality of the Vietnamese people? Of course, Vietnam's magic extends far beyond its natural beauty and cultural heritage. This incredible country is also home to some of the world's most vibrant and flavorful cuisine, where every meal is a celebration of fresh herbs, balanced flavors, and the Vietnamese philosophy of harmony between sweet, sour, salty, and savory. From the aromatic perfection of pho to the crispy satisfaction of banh mi, Vietnamese food tells the story of a nation that has mastered the art of creating complex flavors from simple, fresh ingredients. In this epic culinary adventure, we'll be counting down the top 25 Vietnamese dishes that have captured the hearts and taste buds of food lovers across the globe. Get ready to discover the flavors, the street food classics, and the regional specialties that make Vietnamese cuisine truly extraordinary. So, grab a cup of Vietnamese coffee, and let's embark on this delicious journey through Vietnam's greatest culinary treasures. Starting off at number 25, we have cha ca la Vong, the famous Hanoi dish of turmeric-marinated fish grilled tableside. This iconic specialty features fish cooked with dill and scallions, served over vermicelli noodles with peanuts and fish sauce for dipping. Cha ca la Vong represents Hanoi's culinary heritage and the theatrical dining experience of cooking fish at your table in this legendary restaurant. At number 24, we have bo bia, the fresh spring rolls filled with sautéed jicama, carrot, Chinese sausage, and egg. These delicate rolls are wrapped in soft rice paper and eaten with sweet hoisin peanut sauce for a unique flavor combination. Bo bia showcases the Chinese influence on Vietnamese cuisine and the country's talent for creating fresh, herb-filled rolls with endless variations. Claiming number 23 is banh flan, the Vietnamese creme caramel made with condensed milk and sometimes coffee. This silky dessert is served chilled with dark caramel sauce, offering a sweet, creamy finish to any Vietnamese meal. Banh flan represents French colonial influence on Vietnamese cuisine and has become a beloved dessert found at every Vietnamese restaurant. At number 22, we have banhmi, the fluffy wheat flour steamed bun filled with pork, egg, and Chinese-style sausage. These soft, pillowy buns reflect Chinese culinary influence and are sold at street stalls as a hearty breakfast or snack. Banh bao showcases the Chinese-Vietnamese fusion that defines much of Vietnamese food culture and the comfort of steamed buns done Vietnamese style. Securing number 21 is ban bot luc, the chewy tapioca dumplings from Hue filled with shrimp and pork. These translucent parcels are often steamed in banana leaf, creating an aromatic package that's served with tangy fish sauce for dipping. Ban bot luc represents Central Vietnamese cuisine and the refined royal cooking traditions that originated in the ancient imperial capital of Hue. At number 20, we celebrate xoi, the glutinous sticky rice served in countless savory and sweet variations. This versatile dish appears at breakfast with mung bean and pate, or as a sweet snack with coconut, peanuts, and sesame seeds. Xoi showcases Vietnamese resourcefulness and the country's ability to transform simple sticky rice into endless delicious combinations for any time of day. Claiming number 19 is ca co tu, the fish caramelized and braised in a clay pot with fish sauce and aromatics. This home cooking staple features tender fish in a sweet savory caramel sauce, typically eaten with steamed rice and pickled vegetables. Ca co tu represents Vietnamese family meals and the art of clay pot cooking that creates deeply flavored, comforting dishes. At number 18, we have che, the category of sweet soups and puddings made with beans, jellies, and coconut milk. These colorful desserts can be served hot or cold, featuring endless combinations of textures from chewy to creamy to crunchy. Che showcases Vietnamese dessert creativity and the refreshing sweet treats that provide relief from Vietnam's tropical heat. Securing number 17 is bo luc lac, the tender cubes of marinated beef quickly seared with garlic and served over salad. This shaking beef gets its name from the vigorous pan-tossing technique and comes with a lime salt pepper dip for bright flavors. Bo luc lac represents Vietnamese French fusion and the country's adoption of beef into Vietnamese cooking with distinctly local flavors. At number 16, we have banhxeo, the mini crispy coconut rice pancakes topped with shrimp from southern coastal towns. These bite-sized treats are cooked in special pans, creating crispy edges and soft centers, then wrapped in lettuce with herbs. Banhxeo showcases southern Vietnamese street food and the region's love for coconut-based dishes, and interactive eating with fresh herbs. Claiming number 15 is nem nuong, the grilled seasoned pork sausage eaten wrapped in rice paper with herbs and pickles. These flavorful sausages are grilled over charcoal until caramelized, then rolled up with vermicelli, lettuce, and dipping sauce. Nem nuong represents Vietnamese grilling culture and the interactive dining experience of building your own fresh rolls at the table. At number 14, we celebrate banhxeo, the tomato-based rice noodle soup with crab paste, pork, and tofu. This tangy, savory soup offers a completely different flavor profile from pho cho, with its distinctive crab and tomato combination. Banhxeo showcases Vietnamese soup diversity and proves that Vietnam's noodle soup tradition extends far beyond the famous pho cho. Securing number 13 is hue thu, the southern pork and seafood noodle soup served in broth or dry with broth on the side. This breakfast favorite features clear, sweet broth with tender pork, shrimp, and quail eggs over delicate rice noodles. Hue thu represents southern Vietnamese soup culture and the region's preference for lighter, sweeter broths compared to northern styles. At number 12 we have my quang, the turmeric-tinted noodles from Quang Nam topped with shrimp, pork, and peanuts. This central Vietnamese specialty uses just a small amount of rich broth, making it neither soup nor dry noodles, but something uniquely in between. My quang showcases central Vietnamese cuisine and the distinctive yellow noodles that define this regional treasure from the coast. Claiming number 11 is banhxeo, the thin steamed rice sheets rolled around minced pork and wood ear mushrooms. These delicate silky rolls are topped with fried shallots and fresh herbs, then dipped in fish sauce for a light, elegant breakfast. Banhxeo represents northern Vietnamese breakfast culture and the mastery required to create paper-thin rice sheets by hand. At number 10 we celebrate khao lao, the Hoi An specialty of chewy rice noodles with sliced pork and crispy crackers. This unique dish can only be made authentically with water from a specific Hoi An well, making it a true local treasure. Khao lao showcases Hoi An's culinary identity and the Japanese and Chinese influences that shape this UNESCO World Heritage City's cuisine. Securing number 9 is chagio, the deep-fried rolls with minced pork, vegetables, and glass noodles in crispy rice paper. These golden, crunchy rolls are served with fresh herbs and lettuce for wrapping, creating the perfect textural contrast in every bite. Chagio represents Vietnamese fried food mastery and the essential appetizer found at every Vietnamese restaurant and celebration. At number 8 we have com tam, the southern broken rice plate with grilled pork chop, shredded pork skin, and fried egg. This complete meal features rice grains that were broken during milling, historically cheaper, but now preferred for their texture and ability to absorb sauces. Com tam showcases southern Vietnamese street food and the transformation of humble broken rice into Saigon's most beloved breakfast and lunch dish. Claiming number 7 is banhxeo, the large crispy turmeric rice flour crepe filled with pork, shrimp, and bean sprouts. This sizzling crepe is torn into pieces, wrapped in lettuce with herbs, and dipped in fish sauce for an interactive eating experience. Banhxeo represents central and southern Vietnamese cooking and the joy of hands-on dining that defines Vietnamese food culture. At number 6 we celebrate bun bo hue, the central Vietnamese beef and pork noodle soup with lemongrass and chili oil. This bold, spicy broth features thick round noodles, tender beef shank, and pork knuckle in a complex, aromatic soup that's spicier than pho. Bun bo hue showcases the imperial city of Hue's culinary sophistication and the spicier, more intense flavors of central Vietnamese cuisine. Securing number 5 is kia pisua da, the strong Vietnamese iced coffee brewed through a fin filter over sweetened condensed milk. This iconic drink features dark roast coffee slowly dripping through a metal filter, creating an intense, sweet, and refreshing beverage. Cia Pisua Da represents Vietnamese coffee culture and the French colonial legacy transformed into something distinctly Vietnamese and beloved worldwide. At number 4 we have goicuon, the fresh rice paper rolls with shrimp, pork, herbs, and vermicelli served with peanut sauce. These translucent, healthy rolls showcase Vietnam's abundant fresh herbs and the art of wrapping everything in delicate rice paper. Goicuon represents Vietnamese fresh food philosophy and has become an international favorite for its light, healthy, and flavor-packed appeal. Claiming number 3 is buncha, the Hanoi specialty of grilled pork patties and pork belly served with vermicelli and herbs. This iconic dish features smoky grilled pork dipped in sweet-sour fish sauce, eaten with cold noodles and abundant fresh herbs. Buncha became internationally famous when President Obama dined with Anthony Bourdain in Hanoi, cementing its status as Hanoi's signature dish. Just missing the top spot at number 2 is banhmi, the crispy Vietnamese baguette sandwich with pâté, meats, and pickled vegetables. This perfect fusion of French bread and Vietnamese flavors features cilantro, pickled carrots and daikon, cucumber, and various proteins in a crackling baguette. Banhmi has become Vietnam's global street food ambassador, found everywhere from Paris to Los Angeles, representing Vietnamese culinary genius and adaptability. Before we reveal our number 1 Vietnamese dish, let's explore how fresh herbs define Vietnamese cuisine and eating culture. Vietnamese meals feature more fresh herbs than any other Southeast Asian cuisine, with plates piled high with mint, cilantro, Thai basil, perilla, and more. Every Vietnamese meal comes with a massive herb plate, where diners customize their dishes by adding handfuls of fresh greens to every bite. This emphasis on fresh herbs reflects Vietnamese philosophy of balance, where cooling herbs offset rich broths and grilled meats. The French phrase rau tom, meaning fragrant vegetables, captures how central these herbs are to Vietnamese identity and flavor. From street vendors to fine dining, the generosity of fresh herbs represents Vietnamese hospitality and the belief that freshness creates health and happiness. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the dish that takes the crown as Vietnam's most iconic and beloved culinary creation, pho. This rice noodle soup with beef or chicken in aromatic broth has become widely recognized as Vietnam's national dish and culinary symbol. The magic happens in the broth, simmered for hours with star anise, cinnamon, ginger, and beef bones to create a complex, fragrant base. Served with fresh herbs, lime, bean sprouts, and chili, pho offers endless customization while maintaining its essential character in every bowl. From Hanoi street corners to restaurants worldwide, pho represents Vietnamese soul food and the perfect balance of flavors that defines Vietnamese cuisine. This isn't just soup, it's Vietnam in a bowl, the undisputed number 1. And with that, we've come to the end of our epic journey through the top 25 Vietnamese dishes. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the incredible flavors and culinary traditions of this magnificent country. From the aromatic perfection of pho to the crispy satisfaction of banhmi, Vietnamese cuisine truly offers something for every palate. Until next time, Tam Viet and Chuc An Ngon.